When I was 14 years old, I could vividly remember sitting next to my dad in church, listening to our pastor give a sermon about going on a missions trip and the courage it takes to be a missionary and the bravery it takes to go wherever God leads you. And I remember being terrified because I felt in that moment I was called to be a missionary. I remember praying, God, please don't make me a missionary. I'll do anything you want me to do, just not that. And you see, what I truly wanted was adventure. I really wanted to be like Indiana Jones. He traveled the world, everyone loved him, he had purpose, he was successful, and he was accepted by absolutely everyone, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to belong, I wanted to have purpose. Just like Indiana Jones, I wanted to be a part of something that was so big my mind couldn't possibly fathom or imagine. So when I got to Cal State Fullerton in my freshman year, God introduced me to Crew and said, here's your adventure. But I laughed at that. I thought, a Bible study? No, that's not how I get my adventure. So I went about getting it my own way. So I went to work. I got a sweet job at a brokerage firm, and I actually won awards for my academics. And 3 years later, I found myself feeling worthless, unfulfilled, and unsatisfied. And even though on the outside, it appeared as though I was great and I was all put together, on the inside, I was just riddled with pain. It wasn't until a winter conference put on by Crew in 2014 when I heard a speaker, Roger Hershey, talk about living a purpose-filled life, a fulfilled life, a life lived towards following Jesus. And I remember he stuck out his hands and he said, this is a timeline from the beginning to the end of the earth, and my life on this timeline is a little dot, and within that little dot are my college years, and within those college years, God has called me to do something that can change the world and have an impact on everyone. And I remember sitting there thinking, man, that's everything I ever wanted. And I realized at that moment, all throughout college, God was just trying to make me fulfilled. He was trying to give me my purpose. He was trying to send me out on my adventure because to him, I was already Indiana Jones. To him, I was a rock star. To him, I belonged. And with him, I didn't need acceptance from anyone else around me, and I didn't need to feel love from anyone because I was already loved by God. And so while I was welled up with emotions, I started crying, and I decided in that moment I was going to live a life guided by God. And God took me to Ocean City, New Jersey, where I got to grow more in my faith and tell more people about Jesus. And I actually got to travel up and down the coast doing things I never thought I'd be doing my last year of college. And now I'm a missionary on staff with Crew at Ohio University, and I have the privilege to develop young men into leaders, to see them grow, to equip them in learning how to share their faith. And I have this amazing opportunity to help send them out across the world to other nations to share the love of Jesus with people. And now I'm a part of something that's so big I can't possibly imagine where it would take me. And before, I was wrecked, but now I'm renewed with God, and that's my 180 difference.